You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks.
Hey everyone, this is Tommy over at Lasso. Question of the day today was, I'm getting a lot of leads, but very little interaction. What can I do to make this better? It's a great question. And the reality is, you guys, is just depending on the type of model that you're running, you got to be thinking about, okay, how much competitive advantage do I have in my marketplace? And I'll give you a couple examples, right? If you're the only one in your market that does what you do and you do it really, really well, you have a lot of leverage. You're tending to get more response rates because that person has nowhere else to go to shop for what it is that you offer. On the flip side, if you are a business that's very similar to 5 to 6 other concepts in the area, it's highly likely that you're going to get a lower response rate because people have other options to go shop and gather information, right? So at the end of the day, the consumer is always thinking about path of least resistance. What's the easiest way for me to solve my problem right now? And that's when we get into different sales tactics around like, hey, speed to lead and following up and all those things, it matters because if you're doing that and your competitors are not, you're going to beat them in the type of market that you're competing in, right? And so don't take it as like people not engaging, that they're not interested. It's more of just getting comfortable with the fact that you're not the biggest priority of their day, nor are you so unique that there aren't other options out there for people to go take a look at. Think about it like the last time you hired an electrician, or the last time you bought a car, or the last time you reached out for a particular service in your area, right? Like typically it's probably like, hey, there's maybe like 3 to 4 different plumbers or electricians I could reach out to kind of gather some information. And I'm going to make all of those phone calls and kind of just see who can best serve me, learn a little bit more about them, see how professional they are, get some pricing info. That's all that's happening on our side, you guys. It just happens to be fitness in a gym. Like as much as we like to think our thing is so unique at solving problems when it comes to health, fitness, and performance, more often than not, there's probably 3 to 4 other, organizations, offers, places out there that do something similar enough to where the consumer is going to go ahead and shop around. But again, like that's where like follow up, lead nurture, speed to lead, stuff like that really matters. So in today's day and age, guys, people are inundated with automation. So it is not uncommon for someone to submit information and get some sort of automated text back to them. 6 years ago, that was groundbreaking. Like, oh my God, like Twilio is a lot. They can. This software is amazing. They can send out all this stuff, and like, okay, guys, like rules have changed. That's like table stakes now, right? Email marketing, even like 4 to 5 to 6 years before text message automation, that was kind of in its heyday. Like, oh my God, like when you talk about like what's his face, Mr. Brunson over at like ClickFunnels and stuff like that, right? He talks a lot about like the email marketing and like building an audience and like nurturing them and all of that stuff. And it's still a really, really reliable strategy. But guys, like it's not uncommon for us to opt into stuff and get a couple of emails a month talking about educating us on the services or the product and offering deals and stuff like that, right? So all of this to say, you guys, is people are inundated with this stuff. So you can't take it personally or get frustrated when someone opts into something and they don't respond immediately. It's kind of like, yeah, because it's normal for them to experience that. And they're doing it with 3 to 5 other companies in the area that are probably have the same mechanisms in place. So all of that to say is like, where do we win? You win by being more human in your interaction, right? And what I mean by that is, what are things that you can do to come across more authentic and less robotic? And the more connection that you can make quicker with people, the faster you're going to get them to interact. Because I'll be honest with you, the way that I think about it is, if I notice that something is automated, hey, you opted into X, Y, and Z, like I know a robot's talking to me, I have zero incentive, like zero, to interact with that thing. They're not going to take it personal. They don't know who I am. They don't care who I am. They just ran the play, right? Like the automation went off and I got it. Like there's nothing behind that, right? If I get a personalized message, whether that's like a voice memo, a video memo, something where it's like, hey, Tommy, I thought about you and this is what like, I think I want to just send you a piece of information I thought would be helpful. You're actually taking time to invest in understanding me and what my needs are, the faster you're going to get a response rate from me. Okay. Strategy wise, I mean, there's things like using like Link or Send Blue, where, you know, instead of getting an automated like green bubble from a text message, I get a blue bubble. But even that is starting to become competitive. So like you have to layer in actual touches that matter in order to get me to respond nowadays. Nothing is still going to beat phone calls. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say like, hey, but like no one's picking up their phone. I understand that. And so like if all you're doing is doing phone calls, like, yeah, like I'm going to block you every single time. It's the sequence that matters in terms of building trust. So if you are coming from the mindset of I'm going to lead with value, educational emails about what we do, educational text messages trying to build a relationship. Hey, I thought about you. This is what we do. This is how I think we could best serve you. Voice memo, stuff like that. And I start to engage with your content. And then you lob a phone call to me, higher the likelihood I'm going to pick up because you are taking the time to build like the foundation of actually having a conversation with me. And in my head, I am constantly evaluating what's the cost benefit of picking up my phone call and actually talking to this person right now. If it's all automated, the answer is zero. I'm not going to pick up my phone. If it's, someone is obviously like taking the time to nurture me, they're sending me value added things that I'm engaging with via email and text. In Go High Level, you can track engagement scores, so you can see like how much people are interacting with your content, and then you lob a phone call. And I said, "Oh, this is the phone number of the person that's sending me really really good text messages, whatever." The higher the likelihood I'm going to engage with you, right? The other reality is too, guys, is in the land of automation and competition in the marketplace, like it's going to take a longer time to convert. The sales cycle is going to be a lot longer. And that's just a reality we all have to settle with, because the only way to get around that is on the marketing side, we move into clickbait strategies of like, hey, I'm going to lie to you about what it is that we actually do just to get you to respond and like take advantage of, you know, let's just say like the price point, or I'm in a certain emotional state and you want to take advantage of that and be clickbaity. Like that's option number one. Don't recommend we go down that road. Or option number two is like just figuring out a way to build more human connection with me. And that's where, if everything that is outbound is transactional and not educational, not value add, I mean, people aren't dumb. They're going to read that and say, yeah, I'm not going to interact with that, or I'm only going to interact with that when I really have a problem and it's time to act. But that's where all this stuff really matters, you guys. So like on the Facebook side, we're obviously pushing leads to the top funnel. We're pushing leads to website. We're pushing referrals. We're pushing reactivations. Like we're a 24/7 billboard for your business that is building awareness. It's building branding in your community. People are getting more familiar with their brand. They're seeing it more often. So when they're in a window of buying fitness, they're thinking of your business first, right? But once we actually opt in, that's where the work actually starts. You got to start building a relationship with me, and just think about it from a place of how can I add value to this person's life. Think about your ideal client avatar, what it is that you're offering, what are their top 3 to 5 pain points, and creating different types of education or resources around that, to where you are just offering a lot of free stuff. In today's day and age of AI, you can create this stuff on the fly, make it really, really polished, really, really branded, track engagement scores and Go High Level to see what types of customers are the warmest to actually making a decision. And that's how you prioritize your phone calls or your outbound reaches. Okay. If you guys have any questions about how to implement this in your gym, or you know, things you could be doing better, set up a call with your coach here at Lasso. Or if you're a prospective lead that's maybe looking to utilize Lasso, just know that this is a part of our system. We'll sit down, we'll work it out with you, and just make sure like, hey, all of your messaging is on point. You're tracking engagement scores, and what does your lead nurture process look like from a text, voice memo, email, outbound call, DMs and Instagram, social posts kind of look like. So we're creating a system for you to capture as much attention and as much engagement as possible. And with that, you guys, have a good rest of your day.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.